same shot. This one will be hard. Okay. Can you see the difference between those two shots? No, okay. The standing still from set offside, you're throwing it like this. What you're doing is you're lifting up your left hip by raising up your right foot. You're extending your right rib cage, your sword side rib cage, and you're projecting your shoulders off to the shield side, and then you're taking your arm and reaching out and going and if you think about the mechanics of this, what I'm doing is projecting all of my energy this way, and then hoping somehow to throw it out that way. So this is exactly like, okay, I'm ready for major leagues, I'm going to throw the baseball, and I'm going to jump backwards as I throw the ball. It's ridiculous. I'm taking all of my mechanical advantage and putting it the wrong direction. Make sense? Okay. I want us to imagine for a moment what it would look like if I threw a snap like that. I'm going to stand with my back. What I would do is I would lift up my left hip. First of all, I would start with my sword facing this way. I would lift up my left hip, extend my left rib cage, and then with my energy going this way, I'm going to do that. Awesome, I'm totally going to blow through do that. But that's not what we do when we throw a snap, is it? We all throw a snap the same way. I start with my sword hip and my sword shoulder back. I generate force with my thighs by moving my hips. I tighten up my abs so that hip motion translates into my shoulders. And as my shoulders come forward, I carry my elbow across my body. And that flip is what causes the snap. Just do a couple of air snaps and see if we all agree that that's the mechanics of a snap. You could do on a snap to cheat. One is if I'm moving forward, obviously I get a bit more momentum. And of course, very few of us actually start like this. I think the beginner should all be starting like this because it cocks me for a snap. But most of us don't fight that way. Most of us fight with sword leg forward, but if you see the way we're cocked, we're still cocked in the same position. If I set up sword leg forward and I let my right shoulder and right hip come forward, I've lost all of my attacks. I've got to contort myself in that weird position where my hip and my shoulder are still back behind the shield. You all okay with that? Okay. So on the snap, my sword is facing the opposite direction from where it's going to end up. My hip is back, and my elbow and shoulder are back. Cool? Okay. So the basic form of the offside is the same. My sword is facing the opposite direction from where it's going to end up. And the attack hip and shoulder are forward, and the other hip and shoulder are back. Now I'm going to throw this exactly the same way I throw a snap. I'm going to generate force with my hips and my thighs. I'm going to tighten my abs to pull my shoulders across. And then once I've rotated my shoulders, I'm going to move my elbow, and that's my shot. It's just like a snap. Let's pair up and try that shot a couple of times from here. So you're going to do sword leg forward, the sword facing the weird ways that you just throw a snap, and then rotate through.